In the quiet village of Akum, nestled deep within the embrace of the rolling green hills of southeastern Nigeria, the sun rose each day like a blessing. It painted the rust-colored roofs of mud houses golden, made the river sparkle like a treasure chest, and stirred the melodious chopping of birds into the air. Life here was simple and unhurried, where the hum of pesos pounding yams and the laughter of children playing suwe filled the warm afternoons. Yet, beneath this calm exterior, life in Akum was governed by traditions, rules that no one dared to question. Among the villagers was a girl named Olama. Her name meant jewel of the people, and she lived up to it in every way. Olama had a rare beauty that turned heads wherever she went. Her skin glowed like freshly roasted groundnuts. Her almond-shaped eyes sparkled with the clarity of a spring, and her laughter was like music to the ears. But what set her apart wasn't just her looks, it was her kind heart. She helped old women fetch water from the stream. She shared her mother's akara with hungry children, and she knew the name of every baby born in Akum. Despite her charm and grace, Olama was no stranger to the chatter of the village. She was 18 now, and every mother with a son saw her as the ideal wife. Suitors came in droves, bringing gifts of yam tubers, jars of palm oil, and even bolts of colorful Ankara cloth to her father, Okonkwo. But Olama had a mind of her own, and none of these men stirred her heart. Her heart instead beat for someone unexpected. Udoka, the son of the village palm wine tapper. Udoka wasn't what the villagers would call a catch. His father, Agadaga, was known for climbing the tallest palm trees in the village, with a skill that had earned him both admiration and mockery. But palm wine tapping wasn't considered a noble trade, and by extension, neither was Udoka. Yet to Olama, he was everything. Udoka had a quiet strength about him. His lean frame moved with the agility of a cat, his laughter was rare but genuine, and his eyes held a depth that made Olama feel seen in a way no one else could. He was kind and thoughtful, often surprising her with little gifts, a woven grass ring, a freshly plucked mango, or a small carved bird he had whittled himself. The first time Udoka confessed his feelings to Olama, it was under the great Iroko tree that stood at the edge of the village. The tree was ancient, its gnarled roots forming a natural bench where the two often sat to talk. Olama, Udoka began hesitantly, his voice barely above a whisper. I don't have much to offer you. My hands are rough from climbing trees, and my father's trade is humble. But my heart, he paused, searching for the right words. My heart belongs to you, if you'll have it. Olama smiled, her eyes shining. Udoka, I don't care about your father's trade or what the villagers say. You see me, not just Olama, the jewel of the people, but Olama, the girl who dreams of a life filled with love and laughter. And that's more than enough for me. Their love blossomed in secret, hidden from the prying eyes of the villagers. But secrets have a way of slipping through the cracks. The first whisper started at the market square. Have you heard? A woman selling pepper asked her neighbor. Olama, our Olama is courting Udoka, the palm wine tapper's son. The news spread like harmattan fire. By the time it reached the elders, it had grown wings. Olama's suitors were the loudest in their condemnation. How can she choose him over us? One of them fumed. He has nothing, no land, no titles, nothing. But Olama and Udoka paid no mind to the gossip. They met under the Iroko tree, exchanged whispered promises, and dreamed of a future together. Then came the day that changed everything. Udoka, tired of the scorn and determined to prove himself, announced that he would write the army's public competitive exam. If I pass, he told Olama, I'll become a soldier. I'll wear a uniform, serve my country, and earn respect. Then perhaps your father will see me as worthy. The weeks leading up to the exam were grueling. Udoka studied, by the light of a flickering oil lamp, poring over borrowed textbooks until his eyes burned. Olama helped where she could, bringing him food and quizzing him on history and arithmetic. When the results were finally announced, Udoka passed with flying colors. The news spread through Akom, silencing even his harshest critics. A celebration was held in the village square, where Udoka stood tall in his new uniform, his head held high. For the first time, Olama saw pride in her father's eyes when he looked at Udoka, but their happiness was short-lived. Udoka's deployment took him to a distant military colony, and with distance came new challenges. The colony's commander, Major Chijoke, was a man of immense power and ego. He had a reputation for taking whatever or whoever he wanted. When he saw Olama's photograph in Udoka's belongings, he became obsessed. "This is your girl?" Major Chijoke asked one evening, holding up the photograph. His tone was casual, but there was a glint in his eye that made Udoka's stomach tighten. "Yes, sir," Udoka replied, his voice steady. "She's beautiful. Too beautiful for a palm wine tapper's sun-turned soldier, don't you think?" Udoka's fist clenched, but he said nothing. Over the next few months, Chijoke's interest in Olama grew. He sent her gifts, a silk scarf, a pair of shiny shoes, even a letter written in flowery English professing his admiration. Olama was horrified and burned the letter immediately. When Udoka found out, he was furious. "He has no right," he fumed, pacing back and forth under the Iroko tree during one of his rare visits home. "But what can we do?" Olama asked, her voice trembling. "He's your superior, Udoka. He has power over you." Udoka stopped pacing and took her hands in his. "No one has power over our love, Olama. I'll fight for you, no matter what." But fighting a man like Chijoki was no small feat. As the weeks turned into months, Chijoki's advances grew bolder. He began spreading rumors, telling anyone who would listen that Olama was his betrothed. The villagers, always hungry for gossip, lapped it up. One day, Olame confronted her father. "Papa, do you believe the lies they're telling about me?" Okonko sighed heavily. "Olama, I don't know what to believe anymore. The village is talking. They say Major Chijoke is a man of wealth and influence. Perhaps it would be better for you." "No, Papa," Olama interrupted, tears streaming down her face. "I love Udoka. He's the one I want to marry. Please, don't let the villagers or Major Chijoke take that away from me." Her father looked at her for a long moment before nodding. "If your heart is set on Udoka, then I will stand by you. But be prepared, my daughter. This path you've chosen will not be easy." And it wasn't. Please be kind enough to like, comment, and share. Stay tuned for more interesting stories. Thank you for watching. God bless you.